shake it, baby, don't break it.
You back in the building, you know.
I said shake it, don't break it.
Don't break it. You love our girls petite.
I said pay.
You saying you like the petite things, yeah?
Shout out to the fluffy things as well, man.
Yeah, man.
Right, how did we get there?
Right,
that was real quick.
Right,
we're on
the
edge right now. Body positivity, we need, thick, slim,
You didn't even want to give the petite things no shine, like.
No, come on, we appreciate them as well.
Straight to the thickums.
Obviously, I just got.
You didn't even say thickums, you said fluffy.
Yeah, I just got to be on brand, innit? Before someone pulls up your history and I say, right, you say like slim things, this is your history and that.
Well, oh, mate.
Yeah.
This you?
Yeah, pull up your rap sheet.
You don't be cooking 4K. You don't know the vibes, them man that be talking about they want the Insta baddies and that, and people start pulling up photos of their BMs and that. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Nice. Just got sticky real quick.
Wow.
Is there anyone in particular you have in mind?
No.
Okay.
No. There's a few guys. No, I'll play it.
Dirky. That's what I was saying about Little Dirk.
She was in the trenches, man.
Trap queen, innit, man? Comes
his baby mum.
Yeah. The first
Man,
one.
first one.
That was,
But you come on, man, go country, man.
It is what it is.
I've never been cunched. Sorry, I can't.
What did you say?
I've never been cunched.
Never been cunched.
Just wanted to get that joint in the press. I wasn't there.
Yeah, let's keep it that way, innit? You don't need to go cunch, guys.
This is how we're starting things off.
This is light, man. This is us. This is us, man.
Ain't nothing too crazy. The hashtag Offthecuffpod.
Come on.
We are back. A good honest conversation. Never hurt anyone.
Yes.
If you're listening for the first time, my name's Fols Forever.
Mr. Vans.
And we've got some legendary guests in the building.
Yeah, man. Families in the building.
Long overdue.
Yeah,
You
man.
know.
It has, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been.
I've known since I was 8 years old or something.
Yeah, man.
Also, you got the stories.
I got the stories, man.
We
School,
go way back.
primary school.
My whole life.
Yeah.
My whole life, literally.
Yeah, man. So it's nice to see familiar faces in the studio.
Now, we've been saying we want to get more of our friends and family in here as well. This is our vibe, so
yeah,
I'm happy you lot come down. Thanks for coming down. Do you want to introduce yourself to our listeners so they know who's who and what the voices are, and
Yeah, so should we start this way, yeah? This way?
Yeah.
So I'll say the name that everyone can find me on socials as well.
Yeah,
So
that's the safest one.
Benny London, co-founder with G-Man of Benny Boy Events. In a nutshell, I'm I'll say a creative director in the events, music, fashion and lifestyle industry. I've got my hands in a lot of, a lot of things.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just trying to make our culture more advanced and really showcase a more amplified side of it, really.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, entrepreneur in the events, entertainment industry, and that's me, man. Benny London, yeah.
Come on. Idris Margun for the socials. Similar background in terms of just kind of being a creative director with obviously new brand out, Margun. Relationship with my brothers before business is, a partnership in creating, amplified music, as Benny said. More importantly, new experiences, which, we'll go into, a bit more later in that. But yeah, man, just humbled to be here. Like you said, it's a room full of family, and this is sort of a kind of achievements we want to be around right now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm G-Man.
Come on.
G-Man.
Wiz.
I know that's the
G-Man.
That's all right. You can plug the socials.
Yeah. The socials is to say you know me.
Yeah.
But obviously, the people that know me call me G-Man or G-Wiz.
Come on.
And I'm Ben's brother and his business partner.
Yeah,
so,
most importantly,
yeah.
Same brother first before.
Come on, man. Benny Boy Events in the building.
That, though.
Yeah, a lot of people
still don't know.
A lot of people.
These bros.
I swear down.
That's your brother.
Biological. Same mom, same dad.
Same mum, same dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say you got a brand called Margun that you're in at the moment, yeah?
Yes.
Make sure we'll plug that and put that in the description
appreciate
stuff
that
as well.
always,
So
Launched like what? A couple of days ago?
Yeah, launched
4
on
or
my
5 days
birthday.
ago.
Congratulations on the launch.
No,
Celebrated in a big way.
Thank you, man. Like, for people that don't know the story, like we were speaking about that around about a year ago. I'd always point at Benny at this because we were speaking at like 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, the mad. That's when I get
just
creative.
And we're just it was just talking about it, and we just kind of weaved our way to how we wanted to create it, but then how we could amplify it with the music, and then again the experiences that we're going to talk about a bit more. So yeah, man,
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
That's dope, man. Like I said, man, we celebrated in a big way. You celebrated in a big way because obviously it was on your birthday.
Yeah.
You know, Benny
Friday
Boy
was
events.
lit.
It made sense.
It was lit.
You know,
Oh, you lot was out here last week.
Yeah.
oh, bro, man.
Where was you?
It was.
Talk about that.
He was with a fluffy thing.
With a fluffy thing.
Hey.
Whoa.
I can't confirm with the 90.
Whoa. Nah, back your queen, bro. What is this?
You know the vibes, man.
Oh my god.
So you know the vibes.
Yeah. But yeah, now we were out. Obviously, shouts to the man them Benny Boy events every Friday.
Yeah, so
Get down to Bloomsbury Bowl because it's always gonna be a lit situation.
yeah, man.
Bowling, you know, mingling, dancing,
mad.
vibing,
Karaoke.
table tennis.
Oh, shebang.
You
There's a
know,
lot going on in this one space, bro.
yeah, man.
It's literally
It's a big space.
it's whatever you want to do.
It's party and play, you know.
Party and play, mingle, whatever, chat gal, whatever. Just it's there's food in there as well.
And I've bucked
Yeah.
like a couple listeners in there as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's dope, man.
That's
So-
dope.
But that's it because we're really trying to like the whole Benny Boy events thing is really trying to like just stay in trend with the culture as well. So everything's about being from London, being a Londoner, you know, staying in like just that whole urban scene, if you want to call it urban. I don't know what to call it nowadays.
Blacks.
Black scene, whatever you want to call it.
What do we call it?
Ethnic minority.
Urban's are probably the safest word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
when it first came out, it was a little bit confusing. Like,
Yeah.
what does it mean? Are we being pigeonholed and shit?
All
like
urban
that?
really means is inner city. That's
Yeah.
what it
Inner
is.
city.
That's what
Yeah,
urban
yeah.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
Ethnic minority.
Council estate.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's,
You know,
it's for those
we've
of
got-
us who grew
got
up on the
amazing
council
DJs,
estate.
Preds UK, AAA. You know, like that's a strong caliber of
Nige.
DJ. So you know,
Yeah.
you just know that the music slaps as well.
Yeah,
It's really about the culture, man, and we're not trying to water it down. I remember back in the day we used to go to like these venue meetings, and we'll try and water it down, like so we can.
Would you lot wearing suits and that to the venue?
I'm
meetings?
telling
Be
you,
honest.
like it
Yeah,
was,
you know,
Be-
but
no,
the
be
funny
honest.
thing is, yeah,
Be honest. Let's
you know what we would
let's
do?
dive into this properly. Be honest.
This is crazy. We used to bring a token white person just
I
to
swear
water it
we
down.
used to do it.
I swear down,
Swear
like
down,
a mascot.
Like,
Yeah, mascot, Benny Boy
literally.
mascot, a white one.
We'd have to do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this is
Bring
but this
a
is 10
token
years ago.
white person just so
And how?
they're not
Okay, and
intimidated.
when you brought your token white with you, how did that play out when you had the venue meeting and you're now talking about venue hire fees and
It
bar spend, all
worked.
that
It
stuff?
worked because
Always make this
you know,
mistake.
funny enough, the first event that I ever did, like I would say, like my first ever like massive event was remember Chelsea. Kings Road, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Listen, I
yeah,
walked
Totara.
in there.
On Kings Road.
I did the smart casual look, and I just
Dressing like Ian Wright and that.
I'm
Cause
telling you, I did the whole like,
Chelsea
Cause is my
boots.
shit,
like
though.
no collar shirt and all of that.
Because it's hard.
And
Yeah, I got the cause
it
on
was
today.
lit, man. I basically lied my whole way through. I was like, yeah, I can get people from Essex. You know, I know people in Chelsea. I knew nobody from Essex and Chelsea.
Jesus Christ.
Meaning the white crowd. But you know, on the night, it was like, shit, this is different.
Yeah, it was dope. It
It
was
was
dope.
dope. That's 10 years. Well,
Yeah,
more
what?
than 10 years. 20
2010,
2008,
I think.
About 10 years. About 10 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
About 10 years ago. So
2010, 2011.
it's been a minute.
Yeah,
So
I
what
was
made you
looking
want to
at the
get
pictures
into the event space? If
you
you're
know
saying
what?
you're a decade in,
I don't even know, man. Like, this question is one of those ones that I don't even know how to answer. I think for me, like leaving school and college, I wasn't that great academically,
okay.
but I was great at like sorting out motives with the man them. I was always like, my house was always like, we call it the HQ. If you know me,
Yeah.
you know the HQ.
Yeah.
So that's where everybody linked up on a Friday night after school over the weekend, and then we'll just do things like from my house. I'll just make motives like you know, as kids we used to go back riding, and then as the older we got, we started doing the club night thing, and I think for me it just made sense. It just came very naturally to me, innit? I remember like my mate Critical, my boy Critical.
Shout's critical.
Shouts Crit. I was broke, I had no job, and he goes to me, yeah, there's this job in West End, you can come down and like they'll pay you £10 per person if you stand around and bring people through to the clubs. And I was like, all right, let's try it. I went there and I hated it. But that's kind of like where my influence came from. I got influenced by that, and then I was like, you know what, I can do it myself.
Yeah.
I'm a popular kid, I know gal, I know a couple man them, and I literally went down the road. There was a bar called Loom Bar
Yeah.
down the road from my house, and I lied. I was just like,
It's on the road we live on.
oh,
Yeah.
like, you know,
So
I
you're
can
telling
bring.
us is that you are a consistent liar.
I'm consistent finesse, bro. Just to the gang.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Fake-
Finesse. We'll
fake
go
it
with
till you
finesse.
make
Yeah,
it.
But it's
yeah,
changed.
yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I'm legit now, so we don't need to. We got stripes and that, so we don't have to worry about making fake stories. But I went in and I was like, oh, I can bring all my friends here. Like I got 100 friends, and I just started putting on these Friday night parties, and I would literally just get like my boys to invite their boys and girls to invite their girls. But that's kind of like where the influence from doing events came from. I had no idea I had it in me, but I really enjoyed doing it from a really young age, and we just started doing different things, man.
And to
Kept
be honest
going.
with you, my dad, growing up, my dad always threw parties because his birthday was on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So he would throw a birthday party and / New Year's Eve party. Like that was
And you've got
every
guaranteed
year.
everyone's coming out.
So
That's like our boy
maybe-
Sosa. His birthday falls around that time of year as well. So we always do something.
Yeah. So subconsciously that was in us, you know, like hosting and
good time, man.
and being the vibe creators, you know. Yeah.
From a young age, man. Even school days. Remember school days?
Yeah.
Like the man would be like, "Oh, what we doing?" And they'll all come to my house,
Yeah.
and like they're waiting for me to say, "Yeah, we're going."
Literally
Queens.
HQ.
Remember Queensway? We used to go
Queensway,
Queensway Ice
yeah.
Bowl.
Yeah, the ice
Yeah,
ball
yeah.
spot.
We'll
yeah.
go like I was the guy literally from a really, really young age that was like, I guess you could say a popular kid. Everybody wanted to roll with. I always knew that I had a motive, and I think I'm just lucky enough to like take that hobby and turn it into a business, really. And 10 years down the line, I'm still in the game, and we're doing different things, and we're partnering up. But, you know, we just solidified a partnership today with Belaire and Bomba Ram.
Hey man, let's toast to that, man.
You know,
So
toast
we
to
got
that.
the Belaire in
I
the
got you some
building.
bits.
Got some
Yeah.
bottles.
We was late to the
Big.
Got some bottles and black
Yeah, we
bottles.
got some bottles
Yeah,
there.
so
You know what I'm saying?
Rick Ross cut the check.
Rose was there. He was on FaceTime.
Because I know like you cut the check for them, man.
Yeah.
This is the
No, not in my-
Congratulations,
in my
though.
cup,
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Congratulations on the
literally,
deal.
we just came from the meeting.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We got the sponsorship with
The brand, like, so this it's called Sovereign Brand. That's
Yeah.
like the parent company,
Okay.
and they look after Belaire, Bombu, McQueen and the Violet Fog. It's a gin. Villon is like it's a wine, I think, and some other alcohol beverages.
That's
So
dope, man.
we cut a sponsorship deal with them. So
Without prying into your business too much, I
Yeah.
just wanted to like, I want this conversation we can at least give people some free game and information.
Let's do it.
How do those things work? So when I hear sponsorship, of course, I'm assuming when we get to your event, there's going to be a lot of Belaire branding.
yeah.
Is that essentially what they're paying for? Paying for you to have for you
Yeah.
to be a shop
Yeah.
window for their product.
Basically. So they've looked at our demographics and they've said, right, we know that like their clientele would buy Belaire, and you know, then they've got people like Rick Ross and Lil Wayne sponsor it. So they know that my crowd would mess with their brand.
Yeah.
And it's like, do you know what? If we put our brand in collaboration with these lot, extra.
Yeah, it's a
exposure.
marriage. It's a marriage.
It's more marketing, and then they pay you for that. They give you budgets to like maybe do themed events through it. They give you products to use throughout the night. It's
not
fun.
just Belaire as well. It's Bombu Rum and the gin.
It's quite
brand as
smooth
well.
that.
So they're
Yeah.
trying to
Oh,
increase
really nice.
exposure in the UK, basically.
yeah, basically.
Is that the one that Ross promotes as well?
That's the
Yeah,
one.
it's
Ross and Wayne.
like, I've been seeing
Yeah.
promoting.
That's
Bambi
where he
Rum
has it
and
with
Yeah.
breakfast as well. I've seen him drink that stuff in the morning.
This is why he's having seizures. He's having that
Rose's
breakfast,
a
bro.
hard push on that.
You know when you go on someone's
Something at the same
Instagram,
time.
yeah, and it's just dots. When I go on Rick Ross's Insta, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
dots
yeah,
because
yeah.
he's uploading everything from the morning.
Yeah.
Whether he's cutting the
Literally.
grass,
He
him having
promotes
power in the
everything.
morning.
Everything.
He's on
Massive
point.
inspiration, man.
No, yeah, of course.
Any entrepreneur, go watch Rick Ross, man. You're gonna like wake up and just
He tweets
Yeah.
every day. It's a great day to boss up.
Yeah, man. But yeah,
Facts.
these
Little things like that.
sponsorships, they work in different ways. You know, some brands, they don't have a budget to pay you. So if you can give them market and exposure, you can ask for money. You know, and that comes from like whether you have a database, a CRM database. So that's
Right.
contacts, emails, telephone
Newsletter.
numbers, addresses.
Yeah.
Whether it's or social media, followers and whatnot. At that point, it's the conversation is different. And then there's just having their products in your establishment. And what they'll do is whenever you buy a case or two, they'll add another case.
Right.
So yeah, these sponsorships work in different ways.
there's so many ways.
Yeah, the good thing for us is we've built a really large, well, it's a
Strong.
fairly large CRM database.
Yeah.
So we've been able to leverage that to get market in dollars, well, pounds, and the venue as well that we work with, we're in partnership with them. So we're gonna get products as well. So we're kind of like ticking both boxes.
Yeah,
Oh,
that makes
that's a
perfect sense, man.
sponsorship thing,
Like, and plus it's a graft.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like you said, like the first NYE party that you did was what 10 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Up till now, like a New Year's event every year since.
Yeah,
Has been
yeah.
mad.
Weekly events, like, you know, and they're all kind of different.
Yeah.
You know, and in different venues.
Yeah.
So you manage to kind of like build a network within venues.
Yeah.
So they know who you are as like event organizers.
Yeah.
And it's like, like the conversation will be different when you go in there. Just say that you wanted to use their venue, for example.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It
would just be
Conversation's so much different now.
Where it used to be a struggle, like you said, you used to lie. Do you know what I mean?
Literally, like,
Where's the white mascot now? Where's the
why?
We don't need one no more.
Oh, so you just dropped down
Yeah,
the
but that-
completely?
Bro, that's what they do, man.
No, I just want to know it.
No.
Obviously, he served the purpose, but you can still be around.
No,
Man can get a free ticket to an
It
event
was-
here and
we-
there.
we- white
It
girls.
was frustrating.
Oh.
man.
So not only are they white, but also female.
Okay.
It was
Ticking
so
okay.
both
frustrating.
those boxes there.
Dr. Umar, you hearing this?
You'd be mad. But we don't have to do that anymore
Yeah.
because we've like earned our stripes. You know, we've
Yeah,
done
massively,
We've
yeah,
done
yeah,
some
yeah.
big things. Like we've worked with some big brands. Nobu. You know, we were the first brand to host a public.
Nobu.
That one was lit.
That was a great
So bring
collaboration.
that down.
I didn't even have a trim for that night, but I came.
You're wild. We'll get into that after.
I look fresh, bro.
Okay, I trust you. No,
Just
so,
remember you said that
so
next
how did
time
that
you
work?
work
So the partnership, no, what happened with that?
So there was a Nobu hotel that opened in Shoreditch.
Okay.
I think Ben, you approached them, right?
Yeah, so I was just like, look, you know, we want to partner up with you guys. We know that you don't do events yet, and we can sort of like facilitate in that area. And they just got mad excited. We showed them the little bits that we've done.
Yeah.
And it was like, look, let's do a massive launch. And it was in December, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it on New Year's Eve. Because they've never done public events before.
Right.
Yeah.
So they gave us a massive budget to work with. And like, we just did basically a fuck off New Year's Eve party at Nobu Hotel.
It was like a babes laying on the table, like
It was,
Yeah,
we
it was
had
naked
we had
and
like
shit.
naked sushi.
Yeah.
Well, like in
Yeah.
Sex in the City where
Oh,
she's
yeah,
covered in
yeah.
sushi.
yeah.
We had naked sushi.
What's
in the middle of the dance, you know.
What's it called again?
You know
There's actual.
And how
phrase
long
for
did she
that.
have to
It's
stay on
anything.
in?
She was
Until
there
the
for at
food
least
was done,
half
innit?
an hour. I think she was there. People
was
were eating
sensational,
off her.
I
Did
ain't
we
even
not
gonna
offering
lie.
that?
She reminded me
good.
of Salita Ebanks.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
In
Right,
the Kanye
yeah,
thing,
yeah, the right,
in the
yeah.
run.
No,
Yeah.
what this girl?
She was that good?
Yeah, she was proper still.
Proper.
You know what? She's actually the girl. You know,
Oh,
a month or two ago, there was Freda said one girl stole money from her.
Oh, okay,
It was her.
in the central
And it was her.
seating.
Yeah.
I don't think she did it.
But I don't think she
Nah,
did
man,
it. From
for
what I
real,
know,
it's innocent,
Listen, that's a great marketing.
Did she steal some
That was a great
sushi?
marketing campaign for her.
Okay.
I think they planned that one.
yeah, but yeah,
I got
no,
a
that
feeling.
was a really good event, man. Yeah, we had people eating sushi from her.
Yeah.
You know, we had dance. It was
That's
good. We had
crazy.
dancers.
But-
We had a
but look at-
screen.
look at the
Bro, that's
transition.
crazy. Like, especially now that we've just left the pandemic, eating
Yeah.
sushi of a
human
body.
being.
If I go in a
You know
dance
what?
now
Man.
and there's a naked babes, with sushi, I'll be like, yo, listen, I don't know if it's for me, bro.
COVID-19.
No, but to
Yeah.
be fair, she did. There was bamboo leaves separating the skin.
Yeah.
And
So
the
they put
food.
bamboo leaves
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top.
yeah.
You know, it wasn't on the skin. It was on the bamboo leaves.
Nah,
that
man,
were
As a
Wanna
man,
do
I'm
that,
not
put it on
going
the
there.
skin, bro.
As a man, I'm not going there. It would look like a deviant.
But it was good, man.
Imagine that.
You
Imagine
know.
you're like back of someone snapping at your missus just catches you like grabbing
Sushi
sushi off the fire.
off the areola.
Yeah,
But like how many event organizers from the culture
doing
can say
things like
have
that.
done that. You know, and another thing we did was the one and only public event at the Orbit.
The Orbit, you know, do
Queen
you remember the
Elizabeth
Olympic Park?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Red-
my
that
god.
massive
We did
red
that for New Year's
structure.
Eve
Yeah.
as well. You know,
We were the first brand to do an event up there as
public
well.
event.
I remember
yeah.
that. That was
I
a
think
good
we need a
one.
Wikipedia.
There's
at this rate.
corporates that
That's what we could
do their thing, but there's no public events since then.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were the only one.
Yeah, nah, that was a
Yeah.
good
We've
one.
done
So,
Shoreditch, we've done the West End, we've moved Camden, we've moved around a lot.
Yeah.
But every time we do an event, it's all about how can we make the experience slightly different.
yeah.
And it's all like we've done
Art exhibitions.
art exhibitions.
With the Darjan
And so it's not
Yeah,
all parties.
Beauty in
as well.
Black.
You're showing that you're a bit cultured in that. Is that,
Yeah,
that when you put on the
we-
specs
you
and
know.
lenses and that for them?
You know what I'm saying? We've done some art exhibitions, we've done some pop-up food events, we've
Done
done
listening parties.
parties.
Big one
Oh,
for
yeah,
Slick.
we
You guys
did.
hosted
We
Oh,
did.
yeah.
we've done a whole tour for Mila J.
Yeah.
I remember, yeah.
That was dope. Like we've tried to be as forward thinking as possible, like with the events that we're putting on, because it's
Yeah,
all
we just-
about different experiences, isn't it?
Yeah, we just didn't want to get boxed as
party
promoters,
guys.
like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
actually like
Event organisers.
We create
Creators.
social experiences.
Yeah.
You know?
And you
that's
lot created
approach.
merch for that Mila J.
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
all
yeah.
in-house.
Oh, that
I
was
designed
in-house.
that. Like,
So yeah,
you know,
Was that the stuff that you did at Marbeck? Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we linked up with Marbeck. Big up laddie. Like he loved the concept that we was coming up with. We put together like a
yeah,
merch
worked really hard on that.
for that. We
designed
done a
that.
store pop up for that as well. That was lit.
She did some dance classes as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that
really
whole
create
that
social
Premier
experiences.
Week.
Yeah,
He took her to Vaps.
yeah. She was
Yeah,
loving
she
it.
loved it.
Took her to Brixton as well. She
Took her
was
to
loving
Brixton.
it.
I
She
know
loved
Benny
it
was
when we
working
took her
that
to
weekend.
Brixton.
You didn't get her to come here.
Yeah.
I was tight on the day.
Scheduling. It was scheduling.
On the day I was tight.
Yeah, because it was out of our recording day. It wasn't.
Yeah.
We don't
Remember,
record
we
on a
tried,
Saturday.
didn't we?
Yeah,
It
no,
was
we
Saturday.
tried.
Yeah.
Obviously, I knew. I think you like to go. You might have had to go like BBC One Extra.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
we
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that.
Might have been,
Represent.
and it might have been Radar Represent, whatever it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
think
it.
our slot in between was like an hour and a half, whatever. And I sat there with Vans. I was so prepared. I was like, yes, listen, this is the one.
Yeah.
Go Vans,
J.
this is the one. Mila J,
Nah.
big American acting act. Let's go.
Yeah, it was like on the schedule, innit? It was the intended on
Yeah.
happening, but
Yeah.
obviously scheduling and getting from one side of London to here in a car
lot.
Yeah.
on a Saturday.
No, I can imagine.
Unless you
And I
got a
know-
siren, you can't cut through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine those things don't always go to plan that. So yeah, it is what it is. But listen, hopefully
One
we
thing I
like,
say, see, working with these man, when it comes to like culture and like being in London, like that's again a part of that whole experience. Like, I don't think there's a spot you don't know, Benny. Like, there's not a spot that Benny don't
Benny
know.
finds like
a good
random
time.
spots.
You'll find a spot. If it be a restaurant, if it be a
I
new
know my
place,
town,
he knows
man.
his town, and
Yeah.
that's again a part
Benny
of
London,
like, the
innit?
new venture and
Yeah.
everything that we're trying to create as well. So
which has been a super like interesting, we'll say like year and a half. How has COVID lockdown? Has that affected the business?
We've opened other businesses. We've got into different ventures. So like, you know, big up my boy Rhymes. You know, he saw our potential with the music. So what's happened over the years is that the events has allowed us to like link up with a lot of people from the music industry naturally.
A lot of creatives.
A lot of creatives as well. So I've always been musically inclined from a young age. You know, I could bust a little vocal here and there, but
Give them a little vocal then.
nah.
give him a little something, you know, bro.
Since
You know what I'm saying?
you can
I
bust a
said,
little vocal.
Bro, our listeners ain't
laid it
easy.
out.
If it's meaty, they'll let you know, bro.
Yeah,
It's alright,
Nah,
man.
go on, do a
I'm
little
not dropping
something.
tape soon. Don't worry.
You wanna give the people a little something.
Hey, you heard it first. Benny London's dropping the tapes.
Man. So
Off the cuff, exclusive.
So over the lockdown, what happened was we just like said, do you know what? We can't do events. What else do I really have a passion for? And my thing is, if I could keep making money from what I have passion for, I'm the happiest man alive.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, music. So we got into the management. We look after a girl called Antigone. She's a pop act. And then
Now, Ben didn't tell the story.
Wait,
right?
did I not tell
Even
you?
even before all of that,
yeah.
we're coming back home. We're literally walking in
Oh, yeah,
into,
go
our,
on, yeah,
into our doorstep. And we bumped into our next door neighbor. You can see us. We had some equipment, like some speakers and some stuff. He's like, "Oh, where you guys coming from?" This is after the orbit.
Okay,
This is the
right.
proper story.
Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, where you guys coming from?" It's like, "Oh, we just threw a New Year's Eve party at the orbit." Like, all right, that's sick. Oh, are you guys DJs? We're like, "No, we're not DJs. We're the ones that organized it and whatnot." He's like, "Oh, well, I own a record label, a distribution label.
Our next door neighbor.
Our next
Mad.
door label, right
Like-
next door to us." He's
Next
like,
door.
and we were like, "Oh, for real?" And he's like, "What kind of music do you lot play at your events?" So we just started throwing some names, and he's like, "Oh, I distributed his first ever tape. It was K-Trap or
Okay,
something like that."
all right.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, raw, like,
Okay.
what else
See?
he dealing with? So his distribution label basically purchased the catalogs of like some old school labels. One of them was Jetstar,
Yeah.
a reggae dancehall label. Yeah. So basically, he owns the catalog, like the early catalogs: Beanie Man, Barrington DV,
Right,
Capleton,
right.
Buju
Wow.
Banton,
All of that.
all of
Okay.
that. And we're talking, and we're just telling him like, "All right, cool. This is who we know." Like,
In the
and
industry,
then he's
in
like,
the UK.
"Why don't you guys come into my office on Monday and we'll have a conversation?" And that led to us actually getting he said, "Look, why don't you guys create a distribution label and I'll basically service all the I'll do all the distribution on your behalf, but
Yeah.
through my label." So yeah, we created a sub label even before we even had any music.
Right.
We had no music, no artists,
music.
nothing.
He literally
but
went-
he gave us the label.
And you didn't have to lie that you had
Like,
all
no,
this-
we
No,
didn't.
we
We didn't. No, not at this point.
You ain't gotta lie.
You ain't gotta lie, Craig.
You gotta lie.
Got to lie, Craig.
At this point, we got the stripes.
Yeah, the stripes.
Because
No,
Mammon
yeah.
approached you on.
You know what I'm saying?
I
We got
respect it.
1 or 2 stars already.
Yeah.
So and he's like, why don't you guys do this? And you know, I'll use my label to service your label. And was like, all right, cool. We had no music, nothing,
We had nothing.
nothing at all.
But he understood the power of the network that we had.
yeah.
So we knew a lot of the artists in the UK. We just came from a tour with Mila J. So he was like, all right, these guys, they can position certain things
Yeah.
that we don't have with our label.
And obviously, as a label owner and someone that had been a tour manager and he'd worked in the music industry his whole entire life, he understood that the people that actually put on the events that people come and listen to music to know music better than anyone.
They got the ear.
All our people from our urban space, obviously, I know it's like an example in the story. Someone like Diddy, they're free parties back in the day.
Yeah.
That's how he
the
started.
old school presenters of like 106 and Park and that.
Yeah.
They're
That's
free events
how-
back in the day.
Yeah.
Even like in that lifestyle fashion space, like all that Mime and Slow Bucks and that. That's always my arts. You find those people if you're into nightlife,
Ace
you're
and
doing
Viz,
fashion,
Nightlife
Yeah.
events.
yeah,
Early
because you're
days.
out, you're
got the ear.
seeing, you're touching the people. Your songs
You know
will
what
get played
pops in
in
the
your
club,
dances first.
Bro, we know what pops in, like people like me, like my brother, we know what pops in the club.
So,
Again, lifestyle, heavy.
Yeah, so his plan was for us to basically take his catalogue, like which is a sick catalogue, like Jetstar, Pana Records, Gut Records, like he was like just repurpose it, like make it fresh, make it new, You've
Modernize it.
Yeah.
Or
Smart.
he's going to give you the old,
Remixes.
yeah,
the
so,
remixes.
like, for us to,
Yeah.
to do the remixes, to sample
Get new
and
artists
whatnot.
on it.
That's still what we got with Phoenix Music International.
Right.
So yeah,
That's
that's
super
basically
dope.
how the whole music thing started.
Started,
and then all the other stuff. that
Yeah.
he said,
All right, and then started managing.
yeah.
Started looking after Antigone and
Yeah.
stuff, and took the conversation to my good friend Rhymes. He's done numerous number ones and stuff.
Big up Rhymes.
And he was like, "Whoa, like, how did you skip?" He said, "It takes people in the industry years.
Yeah.
How the hell did you skip
Yeah.
and just straight
Like
away?"
that
And I'm
fortune,
like,
man.
"Boy, what can I say?"
Yeah.
So Chris is in the back. She wants a drink as well.
Chrissy Hive. Chrissy's in the building. Sorry, guys.
You know what? I'm not lying.
Ah,
My
she been hella
privilege-
quiet.
This
We-
is
yeah,
my
yeah,
privilege
We
I
forgot about
thought
Chrissy.
that.
Sorry, Chrissy.
And I was
She-
like,
She
you
wants
know
that
what,
Belaire
someone's-
rosé.
And I know
yeah.
she's thinking niggas.
We got
Chrissy
2
in
bottles,
the
so
building.
Yeah, it's enough to go around still.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, dabbling with the
Pink bottle
music
girl.
industry.
Yeah, go
I,
on.
I think we even forgot another part. G. Do you remember the events that we used to put on called
Unmastered.
Unmastered?
Oh yeah.
So before even that
So you're already trying to do
situation,
music style events.
we already
Yeah.
started putting on artists. But the thing is, because
Unsigned, independent,
because we don't
unknown.
come from a music background, we didn't understand the music business.
Okay.
But we was already putting on. We had an event called Unmastered, and it's coming back actually.
It's
We're gonna
coming
talk
back,
about that.
but we'll get to that.
So Unmastered was basically a platform for
Unsigned.
unsigned artists,
Right.
and we would do like 5, 6, 7 different artists. They would come and perform, and we would invite like A&Rs, producers, DJs to come down and basically look at them and
Check them
see.
out.
So it's always been lingering. The music thing it's always been there, but
Sing
then
us, man.
It's a natural progression then.
natural
Yeah.
progress. Like you said, Diddy. He started off doing events, and then
We even had a boy band. Me, Ben, and Eagle was.
No.
I think 7 was part of that as well.
You know what?
Who was the lead? Who was the lead?
Obviously,
Seven
no,
was part of
bro.
that.
Big
That's
bro.
part of that.
Ben was the
That's part
You
of
know
lead.
what? I
bro.
don't think Eagle would appreciate people hearing this.
Eagle was the dancer of the
Because
band.
that's the stuff that's for the
still.
documentary. God, you know, when man gets what
I
they
can't
get
believe
to.
Yeah.
that. So
That's
my
what you
man
put in the
had
documentary.
dancer.
Yeah,
Ben's
Ben was
the
the lead, honestly.
I can't- you back
who
up-
were you?
back
Man,
up.
we could all sing, man. Like,
Big up
we could all
B2K.
saying they
Big up
can sing.
B2K because they kind of got us feeling that was the
this
UK
was-
version.
And we were
Was
youths.
it before? Was it before B2K?
We were youths. Yeah, bro. We literally.
They were
Tried to be the-
teen sensations,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
They had all the babes.
So 7 was
When-
part of the band as well, but I'm gonna allow him.
Man's a part of the band as well.
He was part of it. He used to come. He used to dip in and out.
Yeah.
He used to dip in and out.
When I
That was
was
the
Yeah,
little
we spent.
feature.
Yeah, because we used to spend like crazy amounts of time together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a
Like,
true music lover. That don't surprise me.
oh yeah, man. Like just,
Yeah,
just
he got me into
across the board.
Jay-Z. I can't lie.
Okay.
Across the board.
Yeah, he put me on Jay-Z.
Put me on Jay-Z hard. Even M, he put me on M as well.
Yeah.
Because I was doing the R&B thing. I was doing the Usher and
Gallis team.
the Gallus thing,
112.
the 112s, and he's like, nah,
Jagged
fam,
Edge.
listen to this.
But yeah, but I mean,
Put me on Dr. Dre.
yeah, man. Listen to rapping it.
Bit of balance though, innit?
Yeah, he said, nah, you need to balance
Bit of
yourself, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So I'm happy to hear that, you know, he was able to pivot like during lockdown. 'Cause I think a lot of people, we said it here on the podcast before, big up to all the ladies online who like Lash Business. The people that like started doing food, cakes, all the stuff that maybe you didn't have as much time for because you was working so much. As soon as lockdown hit, obviously, RIP to people who lost that. For the people that had a positive experience, it was like they was able to get on their second, their third hustle, and like, you know what, let me just take this time and do what I need to do. So I'm always interested in hearing the people that, you know, if you was in a creative space, who was already an entrepreneur, and then having that hit you, because the streets were locked down, like you couldn't do anything, like you can't throw no parties because we're in the yard. So how do you start making money during that time period?
bro, I enjoyed every minute in the studio.
Yeah.
You have to remember, I was like, if there was a work experience, I was probably at the best company in the world in terms of like the people I was in the studio with.
We spent a lot of time in the studio.
Yeah.
We wrote.
Like
written
like,
some hooks for some of your most favorite rappers. I can't.
Yeah, man,
know,
we can't really
I can't really disclose, but
nah,
you know
it's
what I'm
so
saying?
good, man. I know that NDAs are a thing in the industry because, especially like as far as rap's concerned, people want to say that they're true to their craft and write every single thing. But you know, like people are in the studio. There's loads of people in the studio, so someone's gonna have an idea and they're like, you know what?
I don't even think there's nothing wrong with owning that. Just because one thing I realized about making music over the last 18 months is that it's actually a collective process.
Yeah.
It is.
And more times the music is better when you do involve other people.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just that hip hop is like supposed to be a pure art form where you just made up your rhymes in the park to battle and then they started, you know, spitting their bars on songs.
Yeah.
And
but making a record and
But even then, it was the rapper,
two different things,
and the producer in the studio.
Yeah,
you know,
writing.
You know what the
and
maddest thing is now as well? It's like everyone's transparent about it. Like when Snoop Dogg, just how many months ago, talking about who wrote,
still D.R.E.
right? Yeah. People are like, yo, like, would he have said that maybe X amount of months ago?
To be fair, that's the first time he said. That's not the first time he said.
Yeah, I mean,
I think in terms of the climate and where everyone was very socially led in terms of what's
people still get onto rappers about that stuff.
But for him to feel free to just.
But remember, the conversation was led with Jay-Z wrote for Dr. Dre, and then we talk about Snoop.
Because it was a hook for Snoop. It wasn't like
it weren't.
He didn't write his verses.
Snoop still writes his own bars, so like that's not a big like. If someone writes hook for you, that's not a big deal. If someone was writing, if you found out like somebody else wrote all of his raps on the first album,
I ain't even gonna lie. If Jay-Z said that someone was writing his raps, I'll be hurt.
Yeah, you'd be hurt.
Oh, you'd be upset.
Yeah, you especially. Yo.
But like any of like the top rappers that I've loved and admired, over the years, if they've come back and said, "Oh yeah,
that's
my shit was written,"
fraud.
I was like, "Rah."
That's upset, bro.
Yeah, there's an asterisk.
Niggas
there.
are. Yeah, but niggas like you can't claim top 5.
Me personally, I don't care as long as it sounds good, man. As long as
because
the
now
finished
you're
product,
part of the machine. You're not a part. Niggas get on the other side and like, I made it to the promised land and start saying everything's fine.
We got in our executive producer bag.
Yeah, I mean, like nowadays, it's like, you know, it's something that Drake's kind of managed to brush off because he's still killing it out here.
Because he makes fucking great music.
If you're making absolute bangers and that, and you've got like a damn near universal appeal for the most part, no, because like he don't just exist in the urban rap hip hop space. He's for all intents a pop star. At this point. So
and Kanye as well. He's always, you know, we've always known that he's had help.
I swear he's got that song where he's got like 30 people as writers
all day.
But he's also probably
he loves
all of the lights.
But he's a lot fairer than a lot of other artists where like, if you just give a word or a line, he will credit you.
Yeah. At least credit you. Some people, woo, you credit.
But that's his process, and that's why I think his music is in my opinion, he's the great artist of our generation. Because
that's not.
He leans on other dope creatives.
It's not a bad show.
Dope shit.
Kanye's and there's a lot of his children out here. So from you like,
everyone.
Kid Cudi,
everyone, literally
everyone, man.
Your chance
look how many
rappers.
sounds he's pioneered as well.
Yeah, they've
and when I heard
elements of
first time I heard
Kanye.
808 Heartbreaks, I was like,
what is this?
whoa.
Yeah,
I'll never forget. Daddy got me one of my favorite birthday presents of all time. The VH1 Storytellers
Ooh,
DVD.
bro, we still We're still.
That's
You
one of
niggas
my
are
favorite.
old, bro.
Man's a VH1.
He's younger than you, bro.
Oh, man.
Relax.
No, I need to see that.
Yeah.
I need to see the certification.
It's okay, bro.
everything.
I
It's
know
one of my favorite birthday
you grew up
presents
in.
of all
I
ever.
love
secular music
joking with Vans. I
house,
love
innit?
joking with Vans. I love joking with
Nah,
Vans.
VH1 story.
That's a wavy present still, though.
Yeah,
Bro,
no,
it's
it's cold.
like one of my favorite of
Yeah.
all time, man.
Yeah.
Man, like it's, someone that we've admired, innit? Like, and he's had his process of making music in that way. Still waiting on the new album, by the way.
Yeah, Donda.
Shit, hold on. When in August? What
It was
day
supposed to
is
come
that?
out
August
like
the 5th,
3 weeks
like-
ago.
Shit.
But you know what? Yeah, for the first time in the last couple of years, it doesn't feel like he's overly rushing. So I wouldn't mind him taking his time. He's had a couple misses.
I'm not in a rush
No,
because I know it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I read a tweet from.
We hope he's had a couple misses.
I tapped out after Pablo. The
Live
ones in
Pablo.
between
Nah,
now
man,
and
his
Pablo.
gospel
You
album-
know what? The gospel.
Oh, the
album-
gospel
Listen
album's
to that,
cold.
man.
Nah,
That
Yeah, the
album's
Sunday service
cold.
thing,
Yeah.
cold.
It's
But
wow.
the
But all of
the
those-
Wyoming thing,
But all of
and
those
the-
gospel
and the
songs-
one-
Ye's good as well, you know. Trust me,
Nah.
man.
Well, all
He's
the
got
gospel
some bangers
songs
on
were
that.
they originals? Were they flips of stuff, or were they
They were originals.
all them originals?
some of them were
You
originals
know
and some were
Kanye
flips.
samples,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can we
But
play
that's what I'm
music
saying.
in here?
Yeah.
We
We
might
play
have to drop
music.
one of them. Just
But
to,
yeah.
We'll get
Drop
into it.
that.
But obviously, part of the reason why you lot are here, you've got some outside of like the story and the new partnership with Belaire. I know you've got a
A big event
big
coming
event
up.
coming up. So talk to the people that know what that's about
Yeah.
before we get into everything else.
So about a year ago, Dris came to us. He wanted to launch his brand Margun, and he was like, "Look, I want you guys to be involved in the launch event and putting something together."
Yeah.
We had conversations and we came up and we went from talking about the launch event to a whole new project, and that project was like a music. Was it like a music platform?
Yeah, music platform, ornamental music platform.
Sorry, and at the time we had access to Samsung in King's Cross.
Okay.
So we were gonna put something on and use that venue and and have live music, record live music and all of this stuff. And something happened with the personnel at Samsung, and the person that was in charge of our project left, and the new person came in, and they were like nah,
Cool story,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, we ain't really trying to do that with you guys. So it was like, alright. So
we know why. We ain't gonna get into it.
yeah, we ain't gonna get. We didn't have the token.
We
You
are
know what I'm saying?
We didn't know our token
You
person.
should have had your white Donny popped
Nah,
off.
we added one more black person. It was too much.
It's you still.
No idea what.
So, so then we had to we just had to adapt. And I was aware of this venue called Auras London, in Leek Street, Waterloo. Leek Street is the graffiti tunnel. Bansky, they call it the Bansky tunnel.
Right.
And I knew the venue had like some cool, interesting technology. I reached out to them, and the conversation was initially just about us using the space to host this music platform.
I've been to that space. You know,
Amazing venue.
Vans did an event
Yeah.
with I don't know, Bacardi or something, and they had a couple guys there. Notes was performing there.
Okay,
Big
yeah.
Shaka
Banging
was
venue.
there,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So
It was
screens.
crazy, and it's improved since then as well.
Yeah, it was just a huge space. Like bare things are going on. Like I'm just walking around.
Yeah.
I went one up in it.
Yeah.
And then
Sometimes that's the best way.
yeah,
to do
man.
it,
Like I just went one up. Wanted to see what it's about. I fuck with Vans and obviously blah blah blah.
Mr. Vans.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
The best sponsor.
And then
right now.
Yeah, they need to sponsor you,
They need
man.
to sponsor you.
we need to we need to do something, man. Still,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, no,
Collabs.
the space was. Do you know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
didn't realize it was there. So I don't know what. Well, looking at the clips,
Now you're
Yeah.
it looks nuts.
Made
Different.
more
Yeah,
sense now. It made
they've
more sense.
they've taken like the skeleton of what it was, and they filled it up now. It's like
Right.
it's a multi-sensory immersive venue. So yeah, we've gone there. My thing is just like, look, we've got a spot where we can actually host this new ornamental music platform that we're trying to bring to market, and they've sat us down and given us a preview, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was amazed. We was all amazed.
amazed. Yeah, all of us.
Best
Yeah,
events
yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. They showed us the technology that they have there. So they've got 270-degree projection screens. They've got diffusers, so you can diffuse different scents fragrance oils and whatnot.
Insta babes will love that, bro.
Yeah. So you said that it's
quick thinking of that.
no, it's true. You said it's a multi-sensory immersive space, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean to the listener?
So basically, the venue has technology that allows guests to engage with the 5 different senses, engage and heighten those 5 different senses. Visuals from the 270-degree projection screens, so you can project whatever it is that you want, 270 degrees. Audio, because they've got 50 speakers and 4 subwoofers located strategically around the venue to create like a binaural sound. That basically means no matter where you stand in the venue, it sounds like you're hearing the sound from around you. Some venues, the speakers are only at the front or the back or the side. This is
all around.
Scents from the diffusers and the fragrances that you could diffuse in a space. Feel, they have these backpacks and these seat pads called Subpack Haptic, and what they do is they transmit the deep bass from the sound and allow you to feel it through your body.
Like you're standing next to a floating carnival.
Basically.
Yeesh.
Pretty much.
How did you manage to get that? How did you do that? It didn't even.
That was the cleanest
I've been
bottle
popping
pop.
shabs. The first move, I was in the dance, bro. It was in Sound nightclub. More wet, bro.
And obviously the final sensory experience is taste, and so for every event, depending on the theme, you create a menu, food and beverage menu, to complement the theme and whatnot. So that's what makes it a multi-sensory event space.
When you hear and see like multi, I'm like, bro, what is going on here, bro?
So it's just about the 5 senses and engaging those 5 senses in a unique way, basically.
And that's like heaven to me, because like my love for music, like it goes into the realm of loving like audio.
So if you're an audiophile, this like, space is literally it's a dream,
like going through you basically. So it's like, wow, like if you get music played here or a live situation here, it's heaven. So
like in the venue, they only play high resolution audio files. So that's WAV or anything on the Tidal platform that's got the master stamp on it, because they want you to
Tidal has the best audio.
It really does.
Not paying £20 though, but shout outs to you, man. Free trial and done. Next email address.
Man's got bare emails on deck.
Free trial, next email in it.
So when's the event?
So the event, the first event, so basically we went in there with the idea or the plan just to do the music thing, but then my mind was opened after the preview, and I sat with the boys and I was like, look, we got to go back and propose something like that's actually gonna allow us to do a whole plethora of different types of events. So we came up with some concepts: art, culture, music, and the odd themed club night concepts. We put a proposal to them. They loved it, because they didn't have at the time, before the partnership we made with them, they didn't have an in-house curated events program.
They just if any promoter comes to them, they'll figure things out.
Their thing was really the corporates. It was private and corporates. So we was like, look, on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're closed. You're not doing nothing with this amazing space. This is what we can do. So we came up with some concepts that cover art, culture, music, and club nights. We put a proposal to them. They loved it. We got the partnership, and at the end of the month, the first public event that we're going to host is going to be Notting Hill Carnival, a digital art multi-sensory experience. So what that is we've taken, we've chosen themes related to Notting Hill. So like the food, the vibe and the music, and we've had digital artists create pieces of work around it. And that's what we're going to use for the visuals. And then around that, we're going to have all the other sensory experiences as well. So the taste, the smell, obviously the feel, you know what I'm saying? So so we've got a whole day of events starting from 12 o'clock. and they kind of just go through the themes. So the first 3 hours, it's all about how the artists have taken that theme of food and decided to depict it through their digital art and other experiences that we've created around it. We've got Jetstar, the reggae and dancehall label, to create a mix for each one of the themes. So they've got a dancehall mix, a reggae mix, and a carnival mix.
Right.
And we're just going to take people through those different experiences, multi-sensory experiences, and then we finish the night off with an immersive party, basically.
That is super dope. Yeah. That is something to look forward to.
Like, when I think about the process of where we got to doing that, big up J King, big
up J King, friend of the show.
Yeah, big up J King, man.
Obviously, we all grew up in West London. You know what I'm trying to say? So it only made sense to get someone like him involved, not just from a creative aspect, but just like artistry and just the way he thinks, and his involvement was really important. So when we went to buck him, just sat down, we just chopped it up, talked about where he's at, what he's trying to achieve, how this collaboration can really work from a community perspective. Because he's doing, like right now as he's speaking, he's doing the mural.
The plan was to actually do a sounds of.
Yeah.
Because we know he's got
Art
that
Sounds.
brand. Art Sounds. Sorry. And we were like, why don't we give him the platform to do his thing there? But obviously, as you guys know, we lost Chad.
Rest in peace, Chad, man.
Yeah, and he was a big part of Art of Sounds, and it just didn't make sense for us to do that. Right now. Yeah. But still, J King was still happy to help us, like, curate, the art side of things, and
he's super dope like that, man, and like he merges music with his art, so it makes sense. It's a no-brainer, and he's the man, them, innit?
Man, that's it.
That's what's exciting about this process, to get someone like him involved and him have his influence. And we believe we've got 6-7 of the best artists that can really show and showcase digital art in the most immersive environment. More importantly, they have their own communities. So those communities are gonna come through, chill, see what the vibe is, do a workshop, and then they're gonna have an immersive party to kind of end the night. Man, it's a very exciting event for us, man.
You said it's happening across end of the month, bank holiday?
Yeah, so on the 29th of August, Sunday, which is typically the first day of the Notting Hill Carnival. Like, it's cancelled. So we
ain't dead, man.
It's cancelled. It's not cancelled. So for those that don't know, so we're in contact with the lady. Big up Eldora as well. She's been helping, kind of just from she works with like kind of pattern arts and everything like that. So the concept for Notting Hill now is that Teletubby Park, they're going to put something on. So you remember Panorama? So it's going to be kind of a merger of kind of like the still pans, and then it's going to be costumes.
Yeah, there's going to be Panorama there
there's
still.
There's going to be a mixture of it, but they're going to like mix it up.
Okay.
And humbly, she's actually invited us to kind of mix up in there, so we'll be able to kind of talk about the event and go through some other bits and pieces as well. So
super dope.
That process has been, again, really amazing for us to have another platform to talk about what we're trying to achieve, but then merger with someone like even Eldora as well for other festivals she's got going on as well. And this is just the beginning.
Yeah, that's super dope, man. Like, so it's the first public event that you're doing in that space
with this partnership at
right?
Fols,
multi-sensory immersive.
For our listeners, where can they get tickets?
They just have to go to bennyboyevents.com.
bennyboyevents.com.
We've made this event our homepage, so that's the first thing you'll see.
Okay.
There's information on each different segment, each theme. That's everything that's on the website.
Shout out to our cufflinks.
Still alive.
Shout out to our cufflinks.
If you want to
the RNA community, you can go.
If you
it
like
sounds
art,
like a vibe, man. If you like art, like music, you love sound,
and most
audio.
importantly, if you want to experience something unique, something different, and still feel the essence of the Notting Hill Carnival, because it's been cool. There's things going on, but it's been taken away from us. Last year and this year. So we're gonna try and use the technology that this venue has to try and keep that. Even through the scents and stuff. Like, we've got some fragrances like Jamaican spiced rum scents that's going to be, floating around in the air, so you're going to feel like you're there. We've got some other so each theme has its own scent. I can't remember from the top of my head because it's quite a lot. But
No,
if you,
you're selling it to me.
but if you go on the website,
It's lit.
you know,
it's
the event
creative,
description's
it's-
there. You'll get
Yeah,
to
nice.
know.
It sounds amazing, man. And I'm
it's
sure
it's
our
for the
listeners
community
are.
as well. So if anyone here's got, you know, brothers, sisters, or kids under the age of 16, we're actually doing a free workshop, digital art workshop, from 12 till 1 p.m. So
Sick.
bring them along, and then
Sick.
obviously after that you can experience one of the sensory immersive experiences as well.
All you budding animators, you know, graphic designers,
Pull
this
up,
is for you, man. Pull up.
Pull up, like hit
No
us
better
up.
than a bank holiday
you know.
to do it.
Yeah, it's not too late to even get involved. Like that's another thing about this partnership with Oars is we really want to collaborate with creatives, you know, across the board. Whether you're a musician or a graphic designer or, you know, a podcaster, like we want you guys to hit us up and say, look, what can we do together?
Trying to do,
because we've got the space, you know.
Yeah. What's this? One of 27 events we got lined up across a year.
Across the next 12
And
months.
that's dwindled down into 10 different kind of sort of concepts. Do you know what I mean? So the
Yeah,
opportunity is there.
Innovation, man. We love it. We
Yeah.
love to see it, and you know, we love to experience it as well.
I would love to do this again, but in that space.
Yeah.
We create
Just
an
shout,
experience
man.
around it.
Bro,
You know what I'm saying?
live
I've spoken to
situation.
Seven about it.
Yeah,
Like, He knew about this before most people. You know,
Yeah.
it's like what, like about 2-3 months ago when
Yeah.
When I
We
bumped
had a
you.
long chat
Yeah.
when our mums were getting the jab and
vaccines,
that.
Mums are getting jabbed.
yeah, we were chilling in the car like,
chilling in the
nah.
car waiting
I'm
and
trying
that.
to understand how this came about. So mums are getting the jab,
Yeah,
and you man just thought, alright, let's start talking about.
Fuck it,
Bro,
let's
he
not-
pulled up on me.
Yeah.
He just hopped in the whip, and I was like, "Right." I was ready to launch a little
Defense
haymaker,
mode,
and I was
defense
feeling
mode.
like, "Bro, like, what's
Yeah,
going
it
on?"
was
blow
me.
on it,
He was
man.
about to put in a sleeper.
Hey,
and I hadn't seen him for like probably since the beginning of the pandemic.
yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
just Christmas. I think I saw you just before Christmas.
Christmas.
I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
the
It was
events,
like
it was a while I hadn't seen.
Yeah,
Why did you
man.
not get the
so-
jab then? What's going on?
Soon come, man.
Okay.
You know,
At that time, it was very early on. Like
early.
people our age couldn't get.
yeah,
Oh,
it
vaccine,
was,
It was very early on. So yeah, no, we spoke about it. We even spoke about you know, like more ideas that you can bring to it, like the whole listening party thing that I was talking about.
So we're gonna do that as well.
Yeah,
We've
so-
got a
yeah,
listening
man.
party.
Yeah, no, get us involved. We'll have a chat offline and
Definitely.
we can figure some things out.
Mhm.
But